Welcome to Open Studio Podcast, space for lettering artists, illustrators, and creatives who are determined to thrive in their passion. I'm Martina Flor, and I've been through the ups and downs of building a successful creative business. From struggling to make ends meet to achieving my dream of becoming an award-winning lettering designer, I've learned valuable lessons along the way. Now, I'm here to share those lessons, strategies, and tips so that your journey can be smoother. Whether you're looking to turn your passion into a career or want insights to boost your creative business, this podcast is your guide. Join me on the Open Studio Podcast and let's make your creative dreams a reality. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Open Studio. I'm your host, Martina Flor, and today we are diving into a topic that has been fundamental and has had a monumental impact on my career, which is coaching, and how coaching has really changed my business and life. And it did that twice. So if you are a lettering artist, graphic designer, illustrator, or any type of creative, this episode is for you. Now, before we jump in, I want to let you know that registrations for the Big Leap, my business group coaching program, are now open. And this is a once-in-a-year opportunity that I offer this coaching program. And if you are looking to take your creative freelance business to the next level, then I want to invite you to check it out and apply. And in this fourth edition of the program, we are really expanding your experience with additional support, 2 business retreats, and longer access to our community. So the program keeps growing and keeps getting better every year. This is the fourth edition of the program, and I'm sure that it's going to be as transformational or more than it has been for previous members. So this coaching program is different from other coaching programs because it's specifically designed for lettering artists and illustrators, for graphic artists. And to make sure that the group stays intimate and you get personalized attention from me, I'm only accepting a limited number of members into this cohort. The cohort is starting at the end of October. So if you want to be part of this transformative cohort this year inside the Big Leap, and you want to have me as your mentor this year, then head over to martinaflor.com/coach. Remember, martinaflor.com/coach to apply and join us this year in the Big Leap. All right, so you know already about the Big Leap and how to join this year's cohort. So let's get into today's topic, which is how coaching shape or reshape my business and life, and how it can do the same for you. So first, I want to start by saying that starting out as a creative can be really exciting because you are getting to do the work you love in the way you want it. But it can also be daunting because many of us find ourselves working really hard, but not seeing the results we hope for. So starting a business, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of little things that you have to pay attention to. And of course, if behind that goal, there's the expectation of doing the work you love, you want to go for it. You want to do the work and you're ready to do the work. But it can happen, and it often leads to working really hard and not seeing the results we hope for. And I was in this exact situation years ago. So despite my efforts, and I was already picking up speed as a lettering artist, I was already recognized in my work, I felt really overwhelmed and stuck. I felt that I had just too many opportunities at that time. And I know that it may sound a little bit like snobbish to say like, hey, I was already established as a lettering artist and I felt overwhelmed. I felt like stuck. I felt that this was not the success or what I thought success will be. And I think this is a trap that many freelancers fall into, that, they start picking up speed, they start seeing results, and suddenly they see themselves doing just too much and earning too little in relation to the time they are putting in. And that is what happened to me. I had just too many things on my plate. I had too many projects that I had started. So I had my second child coming soon. So I was pregnant with my second child and I thought, hey, I need to start making a shift here. And this is where coaching came into play and turned really everything around. So in case you are not familiar with the word coaching, so coaching or business coaching specifically is about having someone guiding you and helping you find answers for your business and solutions for your business. And I think there's different approaches to coaching. So there's the approach of someone telling you exactly what to do, and there's out there coaches that are really following that path and that, that method. The method I prefer and the one I use inside my coaching programs is the one of a coach that helps you find answers, that helps you find inside yourself what are the things that you want to do in your business, what are the best solutions that apply to you and your specific business. Of course, that on top of that, there's the training, and there's the specific tactics and strategies that, of course, really shortcut your way to doing the things that you want to do and achieving your goals. But I think a good coach should be that person that not necessarily tells you exactly what to do all the time, but also helps you find which of the possible solutions are the ones that fit your business and your personality as a creative the best. So coaching isn't just about getting advice. It's about finding the solutions within yourself and learning all those tactics and strategies to shortcut your way. And through that, unlocking the full potential of your business, and with that, of your creativity. So coaching really helps you overcome obstacles. It helps you gain clarity. It helps you get there faster, and also removes a lot of anxiety and a lot of frustration of the path getting there. This is something that I personally experienced through coaching, through therapy, through all the different professional support that I could get in different aspects of my life, that you, at the end of the day, notice, hey, I've done progress. I have progress in what I wanted to achieve. And at the same time, in the way getting there, I have reduced a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the frustration and doubt and self-doubt that I was feeling, which is extremely valuable. So investing in coaching can be transformative for your career, for your personal life, for your personal experience, getting there where you want to get. And a coach is also a person who sees you from the outside and can offer, according to your specific position and your specific business, can offer strategic insights because they have been there, they have done the thing. And it can also help you do those mindset shifts that are really important to succeed. So oftentimes we don't realize what are the mindset shifts that are really holding us back, which are essentially the things that we tell ourselves that we cannot achieve or we are not able to do. And because we have these mindsets or we have these beliefs that holds us back, we are not able to unlock our full potential. And I think a coach can identify that because it's a person that is seeing you from the outside, and they can mirror that back to you, which is extremely valuable. And it has been for me throughout the years. And it's something that I've seen also happening inside the Big Leap, my group coaching program. I have the chance to really mirror back to our members what are the things that they're telling themselves that are really the key to unlocking their full potential, the key to unlocking the next steps. Because as I always say, if you think you cannot do it, you won't even try. So those mindset shifts are really important. And I think a coach is really the person who can help you unlock those and do those mindset shifts that will really help you make progress. So this is how coaching is important. And I'm so passionate about this because there was a before and after I started getting help, professional business coaching for my business. And the progress I was able to make in a short time, I wish I would have known earlier. So that's why I want to share this with you, because I wish as a creative and as an artist, someone would have told me earlier, hey, do this, get help, get guidance, and you will see how things will feel easier, will move faster, and will save you a lot of struggle. And I would have gone down that path a lot earlier. But I still embrace my own journey, but I'm here to share with you how transformative that was for me so that you can evaluate whether coaching can be worthwhile for you. So I want to start by telling you about my first experience with a coach. And when I was starting out as a lettering artist, I believe that I needed to take every opportunity that came my way. And that was really key to success, that I had to really say yes to everything. But this approach eventually left me burned out and overworked. And, as I said before, my second child was on the way. And I was wondering, hey, how am I going to manage my business, my life with 2 kids. And I decided to hire my first coach. And that decision really changed my life. It really changed everything for me in the business. So what Diego helped me at that time was to understand my numbers. And oh my God, this was so important. I had no idea about my numbers whatsoever. So Diego helped me focus on what truly brought in revenue and streamline my efforts. So I was sitting down, seeing all the different revenue streams that I had in my business. And I was understanding, okay, how much time am I investing in each one of them, and what makes sense for me right now? So understanding my numbers was really key to then take the next steps, like doubling down on the things that work, or reducing the effort that I put on things that were not bringing enough revenue, which, oftentimes as creatives, it is okay to have projects that don't necessarily bring us revenue. Perhaps they are there because they are fun and we want to do them. We have that opportunity, or they are, they're helping us build our portfolio and build the type of work we want to get in the future. So not necessarily every project that doesn't bring revenue will be put down, but it is important to understand, okay, what is it that is bringing the revenue inside my business? What is it that I'm making an income from and a living from? So that was a big one for me to understand my numbers. The other one was also a big one because I started to clarify my priorities. I got clear on what mattered the most, and that also included my family, my kids. So I started, putting that first. Okay, I want to be able to spend time with my kids. I want to be able to be there as a mother and as a wife for my husband. I want to be able to meet with friends and have free time and do other things besides creative work. And then by clarifying my priorities, I also started choosing projects that align more with that align with, I can do my creative work, I can do that project, and at the same time play with my kids, still have free time to go visit my family in Argentina. So that was important to understand my priorities, because at the end of the day, your freelance business should support the life you want, should support what is it that is valuable for you in your life. And with my coach at that time, I actually sat down and wrote down my priorities and what was the kind of life that I wanted to have, a life where I have space and time and the possibility to manage my schedule. Now, at that time was, and nowadays is super important as well, the possibility to be able to manage my schedule, to attend events and meetings in the school of my kids and all that stuff, right? The other things that are important in life. So another thing that my coach helped me do is to delegate effectively. And at the same time I started coaching with him, I started reading also a lot of business books, and through business books that don't apply to creative businesses, business books about any other business other than the creative world. And I learned a lot from that. And what happened is that I could start bringing some of the ideas that I read on those books onto our coaching sessions and put them into practice. So he was helping me put down into practice things that I found valuable from those books. So one of the things that I found valuable from those books that I was reading at that time was the idea of delegating, because I thought, well, now that my second child is on the way, I would need to start delegating more effectively, so that the team members that I have at that time, I had one team member and an intern, so that the team members that I have are actually taking work off my shoulders and not the other way around. Not that I'm spending too much time managing the team, but the other way around. So I needed to learn how to effectively delegate work for them. And this is something that I learned to do with my coach at that time, which was, understanding what are the things that I'm doing, how do I do them, how do I pass this exact procedure to someone else in the team so that they can do it effectively in exactly the same way that I do it. And that freed so much work off my shoulders, which was essential for me to be able to take a longer maternity leave, to feel that someone was taking care of the work without the need of me being there. So that was really a game changer for me. And also another thing that my coach at the time helped me do is shifting my mindset. I realized that doing less could actually give me better results. As I said before, I thought that I had to take every opportunity that was coming my way. And I realized through that process that by doubling down on the things that were working, I could actually work less and get better results, have better income, have more time in my life, have more autonomy. He helped me move from a scarcity mindset to one of he helped me move from this scarcity mindset of I have to take every opportunity that comes my way because there might be none coming down the road, to thinking, there are ideal clients for me to work with, and I don't need to work for all of the people out there. I just need to clearly communicate who are the people that I can better help with my work and work with them. So when I started shifting my scarcity mindset to a more abundant mindset, I started seeing a lot more of opportunity in what I already had in the business. And as I said before, I started doubling down on the things that worked and get rid of the things that didn't or that drained my energy. So I just told you about the first coach I ever hired, and there were others in between. But then there was another stage in my business in 2020 where I did the biggest investment I had ever done up until that time into coaching. I signed up for a mastermind. So in 2020, I was at a crossroads in my business. And although I had already a successful lettering studio, I felt that I had hit a ceiling. I had my team working with me, but I felt that we couldn't go over that threshold. And at the same time, my business was transitioning into another model. So for a long time, we had a very traditional lettering studio, and we were eventually offering workshops in the studio and in-house at companies. And in 2020, we flipped that relationship. So we started to do a lot more training. We created our own platform to offer online trainings in lettering and coaching and creative business coaching. And that one decision flipped the business upside down. So I found myself seeing a lot of demand for what we were offering, and at the same time, clueless about how to lead a business of this with this new format. So I decided to, and I remember because I was exactly on this table when I did that decision, when I'm recording this podcast, I sat down and I said, okay, I need to make a decision. I need to get help if I want to be able to lead this business in the new format that is acquiring. I need to train myself and learn all these new skills that I didn't have up until then. So what I did is that I decided to invest $10,000 to join a business coaching program and mastermind in the US. And that was the largest investment I had made up until that time. For me, it was like 10x what I had invested before in coaching altogether. And I have to say that the impact was so profound. I don't regret any penny that I paid for that program, because with that program, within that program only, which lasted 6 months, I launched 2 new products that nowadays I have launched those products back then. And nowadays they account for 85% of our real yearly revenue as a company. So those 2 programs that I launched back then, thanks to that coaching program that I joined, became the major revenue source for the company. That in itself is huge. Another thing that I did, which I hadn't done before in my business up until then, is that I created an automated sales funnel. And you may be wondering what the hell a sales funnel is. And I was wondering the same at the time that I joined that mastermind. It was like, what the hell is a sales funnel? And a sales funnel, just in a nutshell, is just a series of steps that you use to take a lead into a paying customer. So from the moment they arrive to your website, what is the steps they follow? They receive a couple of emails and they have interactions with you or a call, and eventually they become your customers. So that is a funnel. It's kind of like a path that a lead follows to turn into a customer. And I was able, before that, that funnel was essentially me talking to the client on the phone every time, was me sending an email to cold emails to agencies. And during that program, I was able to set up a system that generates revenue in the backend without me actually having to do anything. So that was also a huge game changer. It was really the first time that I experienced something that I had created, that I pressed play and will work. And during that 6 months program, I was also able to expand my team. So I brought in a strategic new member onto my team, person who could help me build the programs, who could help me shape them the way I wanted them to be, and also helped us later on build our membership, which is another story. I also took a coaching program to create that membership that now brings a 5-figure revenue to our company. And it's just the first year we are implementing this membership. So I will talk about the membership later on, but that one program and coaching program and mastermind, that investment that I did back then of $10,000, which for me was a lot of money, and it's still a lot of money. But that investment that I did back then of investing $10,000 into that coaching program really changed everything for me. And I do believe that the fact that I invested that type of money, which at that time was a significant part of my revenue, also ensured that I committed to the program. So because I was investing that amount of money, I wanted to make it worth. So this is why I engaged with the program. I was attending all the coaching calls. I think I was like the best student there. Like I was attending all the coaching calls, asking all the questions. I was there like super engaged and doing the work. So when you think about the $10,000, that investment seems like a lot of money. But when you think about the fact that because I joined, or after I joined that coaching program, our revenue went from $150,000 to $255,000 in just 1 year. So our revenue as a company almost doubled because of that one coaching program. And that revenue paid for the program 25 times. So that was all worth it. Sometimes it's hard to understand upfront what a certain investment is going to bring to your business or life. And I totally get it. I was also in the same position when I decided to invest in this program. But there were 2 questions that helped me make a decision, which is, okay, if I invest in this program right now, what will this enable for me in the future? What is it that I want to create within that program? Do I want to launch a new product? Do I want to launch a new project? Do I want to gain clarity and become a leader in my business? Do I want to improve efficiency in my business and gain back some time? So what is that this program or this investment that I am going to do is going to bring back to me? At that time, I was already sure that I wanted to first gain clarity around the operations of my business. I wanted to be able to lead a business that had a new format, a completely new format for me. And at the same time, I wanted to launch new projects, things that I had in my mind, but I didn't have the time or the clarity to actually implement them. So I had really, within those 6 months, I had the opportunity to go ahead, launch that product, do the work, and those products saw the light. So that was the first question that I asked myself. And I wrote that down on a paper. And I use that question even nowadays. And the other question that I ask myself when I'm thinking of investing into something, whatever it is, coaching. Right now, for instance, I'm in a new coaching program. And I ask myself those 2 questions. Okay, why am I joining this program? And what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to achieve? And the second question is, how will my revenue increase if I do this? And I know that for many of us, the primary factor in having a freelance business, there's other factors why we are here. For instance, doing the work we love, having autonomy on our schedule, working for clients that really appreciate our work, right? Like money is not specifically the one reason you are here. However, money and being able to make a living from your creativity through your freelance business is the one thing that will assure you that you will continue to run your business and you will continue to do the work you love. So it is super important. And when doing an investment, you need to know whether you're going to get back that investment in other forms, in the form of increased revenue in the future, in the form of more popularity or a better authority in your field, whatever is important for you. So in my case, I was thinking, okay, if I'm going to do this investment now, how will my revenue increase so that I can pay back this investment and more? So assess whether this investment is going to help you grow and earn more and pay back what you have spent. So I hope these experiences that I share with you will help you understand how coaching can help you and your freelance business, and whether this is something you will consider for yourself. And if you are clear about what is it that you want to accomplish in 2024 and beyond, and you want the guidance and the support and the community to help you make it happen, then I want to invite you to check out the Big Leap, my business group coaching program for lettering artists and illustrators. This is a business group coaching program specifically designed for people like you, because I do believe that creatives, those that run a creative business, are different than any other business. And this is why I created this program that is specifically tailored for creatives. And if you want to join this year's cohort, go to martinaflor.com/coach to check out the website of the program. Registrations are open right now, and depending on when you're listening to this episode, then they may close in just minutes. So check it out right now. Go to martinaflor.com/coach. And whether you decide to join the program or not, I hope you found value in this episode. If you know someone that is creative, that is looking to make a living with their creative skills, go ahead, share this podcast with them, copy the link and share it on a WhatsApp message, on an email. And with this one thing, you will help me a little bit in this mission of impacting creatives and helping them make a living with their creative skills. Thank you so much for joining today, and see you on the next episode of Open Studio. Bye-bye.
So this is it. I hope you loved this episode. You can find me, the host of the show, on social networks at Martina Flor on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you have a question or comments, go to martinaflor.com/podcast, where you can see previous episodes, find show notes, and send voice memos with your comments and questions. You can also watch these episodes on YouTube. Just go to martinaflor.com/YouTube to find them. You can, of course, listen to all our episodes on your favorite podcast platform. If you loved this episode, subscribe to this podcast. And if you leave us a review, it will help others find us. Thank you all for listening, and see you in the next episode of Martina Flor's Open Studio. Bye-bye.